So my knockout roses are coming back and my hydrangeas are drying. Although the leaves look good, but the blossoms are done. And there's a mum in there. And I have, let's see, 7 rose bushes. They're all miniatures. The little ones were just put in. I've got a yellow and like apricot, another apricot, a yellow. It was like a pinkish purple, a red, and another like pinkish purple. These are finished. And the coleus is shot. It's it's not shot, it's just dry. I think we're getting ready to have an afternoon rainstorm. This, I think, is a butternut squash. The corn is fabulous. I had 4 of them this weekend. Could have maybe stayed on another week or 2, but it was the yellow and white brand, and it was really, really good. This is a green grape, seedless, Concord. These are watermelon vines, and they're going everywhere. Some spearmint. The pak choi never did anything but go to seed. I've never seen anything like it that starts out and went right to seed. There's a cucumber. This wood is part of the tree that I chopped down, which was a dogwood, a pink dogwood, and it died. So I took the top off and then flipped them. Some are right side up and some are upside down. So this is a mulberry, but nothing happened. I got some berries, but they were so dried up I never ate any. Got 4 blueberry plants here. And then another 4 right over there. This pea totally dried up. This is going to seed. It's fennel. You really have to catch it when it's young, because when it gets too old it gets too woody. But it is delicious. Now, I don't know if these are seeds here or bugs. Doesn't look like a fennel seed. Anyway, that's what I was saving it for, but next year I won't put it in the box. It's just too big and takes up too much space for too little product. These tomatoes came up all by themselves from stuff I had last year. And I'm hoping that this is an artichoke. I don't see anything on there yet, but hopefully it's artichoke. That's what it's supposed to be. This is avocado. Came up. Actually, that my compost was in here and it was a seed, and it came up down by the crack. The spinach is all dried up now. These are 4 more blueberry plants. I have a tomato in here. I've already gotten about 5. This thing, we're supposed to get rain, and of course if I don't water it won't rain, but these are cayenne peppers. They'll perk back up with some water, but here's one. Banana tree, some basil, some red beets. I'm not sure what that is right there. I've had so many seeds I've had around. This is an apple tree. It actually grew from a seed of a McIntosh apple that I had eaten. So it's over 6 feet. Here's a fig tree, and it's full of figs, which is so good with some cheese. Some black olives. Another banana tree. More cucumbers. And of course the tomatoes. I'm not sure what this is, but boy, it would be great if it was a sunflower. I know I put seeds around, but nothing came up. So that's the front half of my property. And now on to this box here. This is all potatoes, which I've never done before. My brother gave me some, so I'm not sure when I should harvest them. I'm thinking I should check it soon. These are tomatillas that don't look really that great. but that's because it's like 102 degrees and dry right now. This cucumber's doing fabulous. I've gotten a bunch of cucumbers already, and there's a bunch more down there to be picked. So that's really good because I love cucumbers. Some raspberries. And this is another cucumber, but it's not doing so good up here. This is a pear tree, and it needs another pear to grow any fruit. The boxes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. This is, I know I'll have to pick this before the storm because it's full of dill seeds and some basil, some thyme, a pineapple, more tomatillos. Beans are finally starting to get some beans on here. I ate 2 yesterday, but I don't see any right now, but I know they're starting. And there's a lot of blossoms. So hopefully, there's one, little baby one. They're delicious, and I hope I get a bunch, at least enough to freeze. The peas, if we get some rain, I'm trying to keep this one going because the peas were fabulous. This is a rhubarb. I have to see what kind. Some radishes down here. These are some more peppers in here. One piece of corn here, and this is an avocado that was actually in the planter last year. It froze and it came back this year, so I'm going to leave this here because I just can't take these planters down to my basement like I used to. Well, nothing ever this size, but so we're going to see how it does out here, and who knows, maybe it'll get used to the winter and finally give me an avocado, but we'll see. There's some, is that heather? This is foxglove. This is that, what is it? Lamb's ear. I have Concord grapes, but they've really grown onto the roof so much that there's nothing out where I can pick it easy. Unless I get a ladder and get up in there, it's going to be hard to get grapes. Last year I made like 4 quarts of Concord grape jelly, and I don't know that I'll be able to do that this year. So I've already done 2 quarts of peach preserves just because I don't think I'm going to get that many grapes. Okay, so these are more cucumbers. Peas are shot here. Carrots, actually looking pretty good. I pulled one the other day. It was about 6 inches long. This is an old wisteria bush that broke into 3. This is a pecan tree. I need to look and see what's going on with the, it may be just that it needs water. It's been so hot and not a lot of rain. These are my tomatillas, and they're adorable. Lots of red beets in here. I'll probably pick some in the next night or 2. This kale is actually red Russian kale from last year, and it's what I've harvested so many, like a half a quart jar of seeds already from it. So that's really done great. So this is like my backyard, my grapevine. That trellis right there is the one that I had my pink rose bush on, and it was over there by the block wall where that wood is, and a storm came along and just knocked it over, and it was laying across the grass, and it really looked beautiful when the blossoms opened up. But I have the pink rose bush now, since I thought, well, and this is an old white hydrangea. My house is 100 years old, and I think that's how old this plant is. It's very woody, and I've moved it maybe 4 times in my yard. Lots of spearmint. Ooh. Some basil. And this is the every April this blooms, so I cut this way back. This was laying across and it must have been like 10 feet out, just a carpet of pink roses. It was gorgeous. Just some wildflowers from my cousin's wedding. So that's pretty much it. But this year has been, it's like lots of variety of things. Usually I'm a tomatoes, cucumber, green pepper kind of person, but last year I expanded, and this year I expanded even more with the corn, and that is just delicious. I love growing corn. So that's a garden update, and it's I think it's like July, I don't know, 22nd or something, 2020.